How we doing? I'm doing all right. I got my coffee ready to go. Feeling good. Just worked out. Feeling great. Today's question, and it's a big one. It's it's one that's plagued us since the dawn of time and consciousness itself. What if I fail? What if I fail? What if you go for it and you fall flat on your face? You embarrass yourself. What if you try that new thing you've been always wanting to try? You've said in your head, I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to sit down and do it. And it bombs. What if? What do you do? I think in order to answer this question, this seemingly simple question, right? But it's not. It's complex. I think in order to answer it, we need to reflect on why we care about failing at all. And I can only do that as myself. I can only reflect on why I might think I care about failing. I think to try anything is to accept that you might fail at something. If Michael Jackson went into the booth at the first song of that Thriller album, one of the biggest, most successful albums of all time, if he went into that and was like, what if I fail though, he would have held back creatively. He would have held back. He wouldn't have given it his all, and we would have got a much worse product, if a product at all. That's just an example. I like Michael Jackson. I like his music. And I think it resonates with a lot of people. But why do we care about failing at all? Is it a societal pressure thing? Is it societal structure? I would argue that as humans, we actually are a little more tribal than we think. We think we've civilized in a way. We think we've got these cars, we've got planes now, internet, a phone. We think all these things mean civilized, like we're above basic evolution. But let me give you a scenario. Little Johnny is part of a prehistoric tribe. In order to start fire, they waited for lightning. Him and his tribe, Johnny's tribe, waited for lightning to strike, for fire to start. And that was how they knew how to start fire. But Johnny, being a little bit different, thought about it in a different way. Man, there's got to be a way. He's saying this in caveman language, but he's saying, man, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way we can start this fire, get it going, without waiting on lightning. Like this super niche phenomenon that happens maybe from the gods, maybe at random. You're telling me I have to wait for lightning to strike, for fire to start? Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rub these two pieces of wood together, see what the hell happens. So little Johnny does this, but whoa. Chieftain, he's like, what the hell are you doing, son? What the hell do you think you're doing? You're rubbing wood together to start a fire? That's not going to work. And even if it does, that's weird. That's outside of our box, outside of our societal norms as a tribe, right? You can't do that. No, we're not allowing it. And if you do it, you're weird. And we shun you societally. We shun you. So go ahead and try it. But you're going to be an outcast if you do that. Mind you, this probably isn't a very realistic scenario, but it's just an example. Anyway, Johnny's at the crossroads, right? He has an ultimatum. Man, I know I could probably start this fire, a little easier than waiting on lightning. I know it. I know in my heart I could do it. But what if I fail? What if I rub these two pieces of wood together fast and it fails? It actually doesn't start a fire. Then I look like a dummy. Then society is like, see, you failed. Haha, we're shunning you anyway. What if I fail? But in that moment, Johnny asks himself the same question. What if I fail? Would it really be that bad? I tried at something. I tried and I failed. And they didn't have drawing boards back then, but metaphorically, he could go back to the drawing board, find another way. So to circle back, and in conclusion, what if you fail? Who gives a shit? Go for it. Do what you want to do, man. If you fail, change the formula. Find out what worked, what didn't, and apply those lessons. So I guess my answer to the question, what if I fail? There seems to be really only one answer, and I think it is, who gives a shit? Do it anyway.